That shit got me high.
Cooked. Bro, and you let that thing be at a little bit higher temp, dude, this thing keeps you at like a.
Are you saying
That thing will fucking.
Are you saying I fucked up?
You fuck around and find out.
Two dope dudes, bringing you the news, leading you to much success with all their insightful views. Do you grow yourself or buy from the top shelf? Are you here to take the reins and gain back your health? Whatever it is, you know the biz. Leave a like, crack a pipe, and let's get on with it. If you want to acquire the knowledge, you don't have to go to college. You can just come hang with Aaron and Dave.
Welcome to the Elevated News Podcast for Two Dope Dudes. We're a podcast focused on discussing local and national cannabis news and culture. I'm Aaron.
Hey, I'm Dave.
We're in a frying pan.
Fried up in this pan.
Yep. What's going on, dude? How was your weekend?
I feel like I went to bed on Friday and woke up on Monday and went to work.
Dope.
Yeah, it was great. Honestly, the disc golf tournament was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
The tags on Sunday was fine. It was good to go throw again.
It was a hell of a round. I had the most fun with Beardo
Yeah.
and Evan.
Yep. I haven't been
Ryan.
Yep.
Yep.
What a good, yeah.
Yeah. Dude, we had
Squad.
fun and we had some crazy shots and some baskets that were just bouncy.
Tis disc golfing. I think I did like a solid 6 bird, 5 bogue day or something like that.
Dude, would Rafa end at
8. Yeah.
killer?
But yeah, no, things are good. Hopefully you get out and disc golf. And if you don't, consider it. What a beautiful recreation for very cheap.
Yep.
And you don't even have to be good at it. Honestly, I recommend get a disc and then go walk through the park so that way you're not like wild and in people's way, but just follow the fairways and go. I recommend playing, but if not, beautiful parks out there. Golly.
Yeah, that's what I tell people. Just go walk around. I
Yeah.
was talking to Jay Carbo. Shout out to that dude.
Yeah.
It's rookie of the year.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, he's awesome. He showed up to the event yesterday. It was his first event, and he was wide-eyed. And
Nice.
yeah,
Nice.
awesome.
Very cool.
I mean that in
Shout
the best
out.
way.
Yeah. That's
Super,
dude.
super cool. Super cool to meet him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's cool that the community, those two communities, the cannabis and the disc golf world, somehow intertwine in many different ways. And it is because it is a very nice recreation.
Yep.
And
It's the best.
if you do it regularly, it's actually considered medicine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was telling
take care of
him,
your
I was
health
like,
and
hey man,
shit.
you just got to get out. Now's the time. Just get out for a walk.
Oh,
Yeah,
what
for
a
sure.
beautiful.
It's been a while.
Just throw a little
Oh, yeah.
disc around,
Yeah.
Yep.
So,
But yeah, honestly, things have been great. I'm pumped to be here and talking today.
Oh, yeah.
Cannabis has been heavy on my mind lately. Love cannabis. God damn, I love it. All right. Don't let me hold you back.
No. I was just taking a moment. Thank you.
Center.
Yeah. I always tell people I couldn't do this without you. You make it easy.
Oh,
I just have to make it easy for you.
No, listen. Oh, you're good, dude. I'll keep talking.
I know.
Keep going.
Let's get into it. Let's quick plugs. If you grow, you know. Having the right gear for your home garden makes all the difference. That's why you need to get on board with Crop Culture's quarterly home grower boxes.
Crop Culture releases insane value boxes every 3 months packed with premium seeds, growing equipment, and unique extras tailored for those who want to plant with a purpose.
But that's not all. Coming soon, they're launching monthly crop drops, where you can snag a pack or two of Fire Genetics, along with must-have gardening accessories like AC Infinity's legendary trimming scissors.
We're talking stickers, mystery goodies, and deeply discounted bundles you won't find anywhere else. Just an easy one-time purchase with no commitment.
Their current quarterly box is an absolute steal, featuring top shelf genetics, a pH meter or smell proof bag, monitoring tools, fermented plant probiotics, and more.
And for our listeners, use the code TwoDopeDudes for $10 off any purchase of $100 or more at cropculture.net.
So whether you want the full quarterly experience or just need a regular re-up, Crop Culture's got you covered.
Level up your garden and score some gear that'll have your plants standing tall. If you grow, you know you need to check them out at cropculture.net before sold-out regret sets in. Let them help you plant with a purpose. Hey, Canna Curious connoisseurs, are you looking to elevate your wellness routine? Take it up a notch with Mr. CBD Chicago.
That's right, dude. They've got everything you need from their brand new H.E.M.P line with CBD and THC sprays for a discreet and convenient dose, to their legendary Moonrock matte bottle rockets and the always satisfying Spliff Society pre-rolls.
And listen up, Two Dope Dude listeners. Use the code TwoDopeDudes at checkout for 10% off your entire order at MrCBDChicago.com. That's right, 10% off.
So ditch the stress and embrace the good vibes with Mr. CBD Chicago. Head over to their website today. Just remember, use the code TwoDopeDudes for that sweet discount. You're not going to regret it. Hey there, fellow plant enthusiasts. Tired of using chemical fertilizers that harm your soil and the environment?
We feel you. That's why we want to introduce you to Green Grow Biological.
Green Grow offers organic soil amendments packed with beneficial bacteria and mycorrhizae fungi like their popular Pride Bloom fertilizer and flower finisher.
These little powerhouses work together to improve your soil health, helping your plants grow strong and healthy naturally. Whether you're a seasoned gardener or just starting out, Green Grow has something for you.
And because Green Grow is committed to sustainable practices, you can feel good about what you're putting into your home and garden.
Head over to thegreengrow.com to learn more about their amazing products and how they can help you take your gardening to the next level.
And listen up, because here's a special offer just for our listeners. Use the code TwoDopeDudes for 10% off your entire order at thegreengrow.com.
That's TwoDopeDudes for 10% off at greengrow.com. Happy planting!
You can find us, the Elevated News Podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all your other favorite streaming and podcast apps. Two Dope Dudes YouTube channel. Please give us a like and leave a review. This helps us reach more
Bing,
people,
bing.
for sure.
Yeah, please.
Also, you can find us at supportdopepeople.com, along with links to our other pods and free stickers just by providing your email and address. Email us at twodopedudespodcast@gmail.com. Unless you're an SEO person, I don't care.
Yeah.
Nobody ever emails us. It's fine. Or things you would like us to talk about. But when you interact with us in person, that's the best.
Yeah, fantastic. What about on Thursday nights? You ever want to interact directly in person? I'll be there. Peace, Love, and Cope on YouTube. It's a direct line to me.
Yep.
You know?
Yep.
Yeah, come hang out.
Come hang out, make music.
There's been some fantastic music going on
Oh, yeah.
lately. Yeah, I've been jamming on the way to work. Hey, listen, I ain't trying to swack nobody's style, but it is neat to hear the things that we've so commonly heard in one way get interpreted a different way. And regardless if I don't know, there's so much on a, philosophical level that's happening there for me,
It's-
because people are coming at it with a bunch of different perspectives, right?
Right.
It's not music, it's great. It's you're cheating, you're taking away from what a creative fucking day. Like
Yeah.
it's every different aspect of it. And I respect all of them. And yeah, it's just that's all of us.
A lot of it is valid. It's all one community, and that's what we try and promote.
We all have different perspectives.
Sure. And
My thing is, when it's done in lightheartedness
Mhm.
for no financial gain, to
Right.
simply just enjoy your life, you all should go and enjoy your life. Do your things, right?
Absolutely.
Consume your cannabis, make your fake musics. Join us
Heck yeah.
on YouTube.
Yeah, join us on YouTube while they let us.
Yeah.
I mean, we don't have any problems, so whatever.
No.
Shout out to the live chat. We had a best live chat last time.
Damn. I wish I was there.
You should have been. It was Cole was there.
Cole. What?
Like
a
all the
hero.
usual people, but YouTube comments. Cole
What's-
memo. Like the like button has been smashed.
Oh,
Cole
what a
memo.
hero.
Kyler Quick,
Love, all the love.
Mom,
God, I love.
Mr. Rourke, Smoke Buddies podcast,
Wow, what
and
up?
then
What up?
Gary Cornett.
Holy
Yeah, dude,
golly!
live chat was popping. I was there.
Holy cool beans, Batman.
Oh yeah,
I wish I paid more attention.
I
No, I
know.
wish I had more time. It's
I
not
know.
it's not anything. I wish that I had the amount of time that I used to have. But I'm learning so much right now. It is invaluable, I think, maybe for all of us at the end, maybe, right? Like I'm gonna try my hardest to bridge the gap.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Get us to cannabis as medicine, baby.
Cannabis is medicine, and I talked to a lot of people this weekend that use cannabis as medicine, and they had a great understanding of it, and I was super into it.
There's a lot of people who do,
Yeah.
and that's beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah,
Illinois officials tout diversity in marijuana industry ownership, but many businesses have yet to become operational, to the surprise of nobody.
well,
To the surprise of few.
um,
It's from Marijuana
this
Moment.
is this seems like it's a really weird thing, right? I don't want to shove my foot in my mouth, but listen. Here's the thing. This here is like one of the biggest political things that I've
Mhm.
ever seen happen without any like thought process behind what would come of it in the future or
Right.
what it actually means to implement any of the things they allowed to be implemented. It it doesn't feel very fair, right?
No.
What's fair? What is fair? But it doesn't feel very fair. And when we're measured, the fairness level is measured on religious beliefs, veteran status, um, gender, skin color. There's so many weird factors that there's this whole thing here. We're so inclusive to all of the groups that have been fucked over by it. But
Right.
like literally we're sitting here going, are you fucking over everybody who you've given these licenses to? Will some people make it, and is there the opportunity with some of these small licenses to eventually chug along and get something going and excel to the point where you have a decent business? I would say so.
Yeah.
Are you competing weirdly against a few monsters who you'll never have a chance against? 100%. And it doesn't matter what license you just got. It doesn't matter if
Yeah.
it's cultivation. The only one that has a fair stake in any of it is the dispensary groups. They have a fair shake in it, but do you really? Because
they're not
are you
profiting.
vertically integrated? Do you have the ability to run the same level of sales that the other people are? Are you seeing the same level of price compression that the other people are because they're ordering in great volume? There's a lot of things that come from being a player who can offer a lot to the table. And this is just business as business. We can hate on it as much as we want, but that's just business, right? If you were one of the big players, you would want your business to continue. And I don't blame any one of them. Right?
Yeah.
But it's just how many people should be able to be allowed to become the big businesses? And it's a fair question, right? I mean, it seems like our market is slowly growing over
Right.
time, right? 1.2 billion or 1.3 billion or maybe 1.4 billion, right? We're starting to do that thing. But does 0.1 billion equate to hundreds of licenses in different categories? And like, again, when we're looking at it like this and we're going, oh, look at the big fucking win we've had.
Right.
We gave all these people, we included everybody who wasn't included before. Did you though? And like, what is the end? Because I'm listening to actual people who have licenses,
Right.
who are coming into dispensaries to speak, who are begging, not begging because pridefully, but they're begging to understand why
Right.
they aren't allowed the same fucking stake that somebody else is in it.
Right.
Well, bro, you don't have the brand recognition, bro.
Right.
You're bringing me something, and you're doing it in. You're trying to enter a market where before the prices were such that it seemed like a small business like this could make it. Now, the price compression has happened in all the big guys
Right.
because they want to make sure they hold the business of everybody. And it's oh man, what a vicious thing. I do believe that the big people will continue to be big people.
Right.
Those licenses might have to be bought out and transferred or whatever at some point because mismanagement or too big
Just the
for
way the
whatever it
market
is. That's
is.
yeah. Eventually, when you don't want to sell bags of cannabis anymore, you sell your license, right?
Yeah.
And then you make enough money and then you're gone. And I don't blame anybody for that either. Well, I blamed one or two people in the past because fuck them. But um, I big business and corporate business, and especially the cannabis business and the cannabis industry in Illinois is one of the more cutthroat, and not only just cutthroat, but it's weird how they try to tote how great they are here, but then on the other side there's all these people that are actually suffering.
Right.
A lot of fun, lot of people with licenses that
So
probably ain't gonna make it.
yeah, that's what's going on. So the state just saw the opening of its 100th social equity cannabis dispensary and surpassed 1 billion in cannabis sales in 2024. So like there is some stuff that they're doing, like it is just so slow. It is so stagnant. It is so like it's that's what an artificial market is.
Yeah.
And that's just what
Yep.
the people that we've elected have allowed it to be.
Yep. And I like I said, I don't know
We're
what side I stand on or don't stand on. I'm
sure.
just trying to interpret it from a kind of neutral standpoint
Right.
where I just genuinely hope, regardless of what fucking license you hold or what business you try to represent or what logo or brand you think that you are, whatever, I don't give a flying fuck about any of it. Inside of these packages, there is a product that, the
There,
people of this world could use
yeah.
and
We want everybody to be able to access this as medicine. That's the most important. That's the focus of what this is access to this as medicine.
and even just access to cannabis period, right?
Right.
Because in my brain,
Everything.
regardless
Right.
if you use alcohol because it takes the edge off at the end of the day, which is slightly medicinal use, right? For alcohol, or perhaps you need a natural blood thinner, right?
Right.
I would tell you alcohol might fucking be effective at that. Do I recommend you do that? No. But is it effective in that regards? Yes. So as a property or as a thing that is going to help that process go along,
Right.
it's effective.
Correct.
Right? And it's weird to me that like we can't make this decision on cannabis also. It's weird to me that we can't make this same decision. We allow people to eat sugar at the rate that we do and all that shit. I mean, I don't know what the numbers are and how many people diabetes is killing a year, but I think it's like
Thursday nights.
1.2 million
Thursday
or
nights.
something.
There's a whole thing. There's a whole Google search for it. There's a whole rant. I've seen 2 or 3 of those. How many people sugar kills diabetes?
100%.
Right.
I promise
If
you.
you want to know that, go check Dave out Thursday night.
Yeah,
Shout out.
please. Yeah,
I'm just saying
it's
that's
a
where that
fact.
stuff gets
It's
like really discussed.
There's a lot of I hope cannabis evolves. I hope it evolves.
I think the important part here is the independent diversity study, finally commissioned by the state at a cost of 2.5 million by Peoria-based Naravu. I'm sorry, I'm saying that wrong. Nervu group consulting firm, another social equity type firm funded and founded by the state, I believe, or probably has some ties to the state somehow. I'm talking out of my behind. I apologize. Found that while the state has awarded more licenses to women and people of color than any other regulated market in the United States, white men are still the demographic most likely to have a cannabis license in Illinois. That's what the study is focused on.
Yeah, it's so weird that that's even the measuring stick. I fucking hate that we can't. And that this is what sucks for the
I
plant and for all of us who care about this plant as a whole. You, me, anybody who's listening right now cares about this fucking plant. It's getting shat on.
correct.
Um,
And they're using social equity, and it's sad.
we're
We're using social equity as a scapegoat.
we're using identity politics as a purpose for ability to run a business or not, and it's fine. I don't really care. Give everybody the
Right.
licenses makes my point more valid, but
Right.
I just fucking I don't know. It is very sad.
I don't. I just wanted to highlight that. I thought that was kind of. We've got much better stuff to talk about, but
this thing here is
we're also
meh.
using barriers to funding. That's the other point of this. You should go read this. Our point is to go read and visit these websites that we're just doing a kind of low level overview.
Yeah, I
so
mean,
to
hey,
speak.
these news articles are rooted in some directness, right? You can find the person's name who ran the study.
Mhm.
But what does that study do for all of us? And at a high level, right? w- Who's actually going to succeed through this process and who's not?
Right.
And I don't think that because of your diversity is going to make you better or not better, but it's some stories sell, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm fine with it, but
Like you
some
need that for it to work too.
100%. I mean, I don't know. I think both sides of this thing, I hope everybody succeeds and I hope everybody does very
Yeah.
wonderfully with your licenses. And I
100%.
hope more women and people of color get licenses. I hope that they have as many as they want.
Oh, we've always advocated we want everybody in the market.
I
We
want
want everybody in the market. We want more women. We want more.
Uh,
Whatever you are, you should be in the market if you want to be in the market. Period.
yeah, I don't but that's identity politics
Right.
playing into commercial markets, and it's just weird. I get it, I guess, but
I guess it
everybody's
sells,
choked up
right?
on it. That's what's happening. And when you're wrapped up and lost in them statistics, we fail to see the bottom line, which is that it doesn't matter what your ethnicity or gender or any of it. It doesn't matter. Your fucking veteran affiliation or not. Has the state given you enough to succeed at the end of the day? They could have given you fucking $2.5 million worth of
Right.
help, for the hundreds of licenses. You divide that up, that's $25,000 a license or whatever, and bingo bango, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I think, I don't know. I just think there's ways that we could move this market along better.
I mean, we should just let more people in it.
That's it.
Just let more people in.
That's it. More
Don't
licenses.
make barriers. Make incentives, not barriers. That's how you move stuff. Is you use incentives. This is like the same reason we have sin taxes or we have sugar taxes is because it's a sin, or we're trying to decentivize people from purchasing it. That's why cigarettes are so expensive.
Yep.
But incentivize people and more people can enter.
Yep.
Yeah, quit being stagnant. I mean, being stagnant's the worst part.
It takes forever. In other markets, the shit changes like over fucking night, right? Literally, I swear to God, they'll send a whole new fucking administrative code out the next week and be like, "Yo, here's a new administrative code. Figure it out. Start implementing." And they give you a grace period of time to do it. Illinois took fucking 4.5 years.
We don't incentivize our congressmen or our senators to be educated about what's actually going on, and they're incentivized to do something else. I mean, I don't think that's not a wild statement, right? I know I say wild things sometimes, but that's not like completely wild to say, right?
But The weird thing is cannabis is so politicized. They have to understand some part of it. You have to at least understand the ebbs and the flows of the market and what the market's capable of doing.
Right.
When you see this slow growth 1.1, 1.2, 1.3, 1.4 on this trajectory, it's not 1, 2, 4, 8 where we need to just blow all these licenses into
Right.
it, or like adding licenses is going to make this thing grow in this exponential way. The only way that that would ever happen is if you destigmatize, allow it to go out to the masses at the rate that we do any of these other things, nicotine, alcohol, whatever. And, you know, I think then you would see a drastic uptick, but I don't even know how much we're making more money than craft liquor does in the state now.
I'm sure.
No, we do. I'm
I
telling
mean,
you, I
1
think it's like
billion.
1.2 for them and 1.3 for us last year or something like that. So, how much more does this how much more do the people of Illinois have to give towards cannabis? There's a number, right? Eventually, people are only willing to shell out so much. Now, what you could do is decrease your tax rate to be in line with some of your competitors close, and decrease, add more licenses so that the market could be more competitive, so that the initial prices were lower as well. But
Right. Well,
that's
because
it's
nobody
been
wants to be on the lower end. But that's just how the market is. You have to get better.
and for me, I'm like, always earn your respect, right? No matter what it is. But the difference between 220,000 and 5,000 is 44 fucking times, dude. And when you only give out 50 licenses, the math just plays in its, how much more are we actually going to saturate the market with? How much more cannabis production is there? Plus, uh, I can tell you, dispensaries and cultivation centers are at no shortage of cannabis at this point.
So you're saying
The market is,
stagnating? Are you
I'm just telling you that there's got to be something that gives at some point, because the only way to capture more money in our market is to stop sending it other places, i.e., Michigan specifically.
Hmm. Is that a wild thing to say?
No, but I think it's
And
I think it's the truth, and I think that a lot of these people understand that. Like, I think the big players even know, like, that's what's going to happen for us to get more money here. It's to just keep it here, because we're already taking money from other markets. We're still taking from Wisconsin. We're still taking from Indiana. We're still taking from Iowa.
mhm.
None of them have programs. So, like, what happens when these other places get the programs in place and then their money just stays there? Well, Illinois got to come up with some solution. And that's what I'm saying. Like, the long term, I don't know if it's adding more licenses, or I don't know. It's a wild.
Are you saying that companies are sending product to Michigan right now?
No.
Okay.
No, 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 no. I'm just telling you that there is a there is an there is enough product here and there is enough product there. We don't it doesn't matter. We just have to. I'm telling you that people from Illinois are going to Michigan and picking
Yeah.
up cannabis. We're probably in Illinois still giving Michigan
Oh.
multiple hundred
Oh.
millions of dollars a month, or
Okay.
or a year, from Illinois, right? The way
Oh,
that
yeah.
these numbers go from 1.2 to 1.6, 1.8 is if we take the 400 million that goes to fucking Michigan to buy cannabis from Illinois and keep it in Illinois.
Oh, there's so much Michigan cannabis in Illinois.
And
It's
I'm
rid
just talking about the people that are getting it from dispensaries that they
Right.
track with Illinois licenses. We can look up the numbers, it's public, whatever, but I think it's multiple hundred millions of dollars that still come from Illinois.
I know tons of people that go up to Michigan.
Tons. I hear it every day in dispensaries. They come in and go, "Hey, I'm buying this. a little disposable to drive to Michigan. I don't need to hear it, right? I don't really care. Do
Right.
whatever the fuck you do, but it's the truth, right? So, I mean, what, don't take that across state borders, sir. You know what you're allowed and not allowed to do, and yeah,
Do you hear the
yeah. There's a wambulance, the
okay.
wee woos.
I just want to make sure it wasn't
Wee
like
woo, wee woo, wee.
I suddenly heard it and I want to make sure it wasn't like right outside or something.
No, we got our boy passed out downstairs. He's
It was
like,
just like
his life alert only called them. He didn't call us.
yeah, exactly.
Fuck, that would have fucked
I
up.
wouldn't even be able to hear him.
No,
I
I would.
I can only hear you and me.
Oh,
And then like I can get some back there.
I'm sorry you got to listen to me so much.
Nah, you're fine.
All right, good.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, good. I appreciate you too.
Marijuana moment. A GOP senator has reintroduced a bill that would triple the concentration of THC that the hemp could legally contain while addressing multiple other concerns the industry has expressed about federal regulations. I want to shout out to Cole who turned me on to the Wilson. It's another senator hemp bill, but last week turned me on to it, and that led me to finding this one.
That's awesome.
Senator Rand Paul, I automatically like him.
Yep.
Son of Ron
Fan.
Paul, titled the Hemp Economic Mobilization Plan, HEMP Act, on Tuesday. The measure is identical to a version he's proposed last Congress. It goes on to say that it talks about the 2018 Farm Bill, some setbacks. One of the most common complaints I've heard from hemp businesses is that the crop is federally defined as containing no more than 0.3% THC. They say it's too low, and so Paul's bill would increase that threshold to 1%.
Let's go. What a badass.
It would also address potential problems with testing requirements, other USDA regulations. Currently, they get a 15-day window to test the crop's flower to ensure the THC concentration is within the allowed limits. But testing flower can be onerous, and farmers have said it would stretch their resources thin, not to mention that the plant's THC is significantly impacted by external factors. That's true.
It's fact.
Calls for final hemp products themselves to be tested rather than initial flower from the plant. What do you think?
Again,
It also does like transport. I mean,
I'm fully for. You have to understand. I'm fully for any less regulation. This is weirdly
right.
less regulation. This is
Well,
saying lift the
yeah,
regulation that is there because it's silly.
sure. Common sense.
Yeah, I'm all for anything getting
right.
subtracted from cannabis talk. Anything where we can just more normalize it
Yeah.
and get it away from who cares? Hemp, cannabis, anything. Enter the market. That
Yeah.
plant that grows out of the ground, you do whatever the fuck you want with it. Who cares about the testing? Who cares about the whatever? Now, do I hope that there is testing to make sure that there are not unnecessary pesticides, growth hormones,
Sure.
fucking weird shit that's going to cause us metals of sorts, bugs of sorts,
Well,
anything that would cause anybody to have.
that's why we have to normalize it, because if we keep it so corporatized, it will be incentivized to use chemicals and stuff like that to advance the plant in such a way. If we normalize it, then everybody can grow it. And it's like tomatoes, and
Bro, that's what
everybody grows organic tomatoes, right?
I would love to see. Yeah, so many people grow their tomatoes
Okay.
every
No,
year.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, if we can make it the same thing as flowers, like,
Yeah, yeah. I know plenty of people who plant gardens, and the
right.
fact that like this plant, it's stigmatized the way that it is, and it's not appreciated for what it actually is. Um, through the masses. I think a lot of people are privy to it, right? A lot of
Sure.
people understand. And at this point, even if you have an opinion on cannabis, most of the people that I know that have it aren't super radicalized towards the fuck you, cannabis should be illegal.
Right.
It's the devil, whatever. I do know some people who genuinely believe that it is bad, but have no personal experience whatsoever, only know in the same way that we've talked about it recently where um the Theo thing where he said, I have my brother had the experience and
Mhm.
now I'm terrified of it. And he
Right.
told me I don't need to. So I believed him from the get go. And I know that this is bad. So I don't have to do it. And there are plenty of people who believe that for so long that thinking about any form of intoxication, that thinking about especially what they consider to be drugs, they would
Mhm.
never do it. Right. But I promise you that any single intelligent folk who could sit across from even me, and I'm not the smartest when it comes to cannabis. I know quite a bit, and I think that I'm intelligent enough, but I think that I could impress enough people to go, you know what? At least I don't care. I wouldn't vote against it, right?
Right.
And that's why I think we all need to stand. Just let it go, and then once everybody just kind of lets it go on that side, I think we're gonna be all right. I, y- just save your kids aren't drinking alcohol right now, right?
Right.
So your kids wouldn't be doing cannabis either. The access to alcohol is far more rampant than fucking the access to cannabis. So
CBD-rich hemp extract is an effective natural insecticide against mosquitoes, new research shows. Shout out to Kinetic Genetics talking to me about this yesterday.
yeah. Um Whoa.
Mm-hmm. Hemp leaf extract containing cannabinol, CBD, could be a promising new natural insecticide, according to a new study that found it effectively killed larvae of mosquitoes that spread yellow fever, including one variety of the insect that's resistant to conventional insecticides.
Nice. It also is probably abundant, and we know it, it's abundant in limonene at times, which is very repellent of bugs to begin with. But CBD itself, to have a property against it, only adds to CBD's anti list.
Right.
Man, we're going to have to go back, refilm all of last episode just to add insecticide on the fucking. It's
Uh,
crazy.
so, authors from Ohio State University wrote that CBD appears to be the principal active ingredient responsible for larvicidal activity. The work,
Wow.
the work was led by entomology graduate student Eric Martinez Rodriguez and was inspired by earlier research showing that the bark of the plant, native to Madagascar, could also be used as a natural insecticide and bug repellent. Mosquitoes are one of the deadliest animals in the world, mainly because as adults they serve as vectors of disease.
That's right.
Yep,
Fuck mosquitoes.
yep,
The only reason we keep, you know, that we could kill all mosquitoes, but we don't because they're a huge source of food for birds. And then we'd
yeah.
be pretty much killing off all birds. Birds aren't real to begin with, but we should.
They have arms.
I know.
Jeez Louise.
Oh man, little birds.
No birds.
No, this is cool as shit to me, and it just goes to show again the millions of
Mm-hmm.
applications of this one plant, and the fact that we have any regulation against it is fucking
Dumb.
mind-boggling.
Yeah.
It doesn't make any sense to anybody. The
Just
only the people who are profiting from it, though.
people need to
Which,
actually speak out though.
but well,
You do
listen.
need to speak out.
Here's what would be impacted,
Mm-hmm.
right? The food industry
Right.
drastically,
Sure.
right? And even the feed industry
Sure.
drastically.
Which is important what we're actually feeding our animals.
Right. Huge implications to both of those. So
Mhm.
anybody who's already set up for corn, who's already set up for fucking wheat, who's already set up for soy, those people are fucking why change the whole operation? And so that would be a huge impact. Paper.
Yep.
Holy fuck. The amount of loggers. We used to have a show on Discovery Channel, the loggers and shit, man. I watched them cut down fucking rows of trees.
Right.
Fucking on the whole mountainside.
Yep.
Bro, leave that mountain alone, dude. That thing's providing us some air to breathe over here. All right? But we genuinely have a crop that could impact the it
It gro-
realistically would impact the fucking oil industry as well.
Yeah.
This thing is used
Oil.
as right. It would drastically impact the fucking cloth and fiber fucking
Yep.
industry, cotton, all that shit would drastically get impacted. So when we think of all of the industry, and it's not even I mean think of all the implications of hemp in the just every use that it has. It's so crazy. Then medicine, right?
Yeah.
I mean, think about what it does. Our top 5 exports, if you go look at all of them, right? What we sell more of from here outwardly to other countries, it's those things.
Yep.
It's paper products, it's fucking oil products, it's fucking medicine.
Hmm.
When was the last time we saw a fucking poppy field around here? How the fuck are we selling medicine and shit? You know, there's just so many weird things. Like, we could all just revolutionize our thought process with this fucking plant. We could revolutionize industry with this fucking plant. It's crazy that it's not happening on a far more escalated scale. I think this is like I think as everybody does. But
Look at Ohio.
wow.
Ohio
Look at
recreational
you.
marijuana sales exceeds $76 million in less than 50 days.
Good for you.
Oh, that's very small.
That is very small text. I can slightly read most of it.
Yeah, so in less than 2 months, it's exceeded 76.2 million. According to Ohio Department of Commerce Commission of Cannabis Control, they have a 10% tax at the point of sales for every non-medicinal marijuana transaction. What do you think about that?
They have what?
They have a 10% tax at the point of sale for every non-medicinal marijuana transaction. 10%.
Wow, that's kind of big.
What do you think about that? It's fixed.
I think that's kind of large. So, like, all accessories and shit are taxed at 10%. That's what that's saying right there because non-cannabis. But and again, fine. It's just weird to me that that same product can be sold outside of a dispensary for your natural state sales tax, whatever it is, but because it's inside a dispensary, let's hit them at a more fixed rate. And this is it. Like it's, governments know that they're able to keep taking in money by adding regulations to this plant. It is wild though.
It is wild. They have 124 dual-use marijuana dispensaries in Ohio. They can sell both medical and non-medical.
Say 142?
124, I'm sorry.
Oh shit, I can't read that either. That's fucking crazy cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
They have Columbus has 13 dual use, Cincinnati has 10, Dayton has 6, and Cleveland has 5.
Wait. Ohio Department of Cannabis has a 10% tax at point of sale for non-medical marijuana transaction. Whoa. Non-medical means fucking adult use.
Yeah.
Whoa. Now that I'm rehearing you say that part, I need to get further into the thing before I speak too much. That's crazy as fuck.
10%.
Whoa.
10% of everything extra.
Kudos to you, Ohio. What a fucking win.
Yeah.
That means that their medical tax is probably 1.7, 1.2%, something like we're averagely familiar with.
Sure.
But 10 fucking percent. Ohio, you've done something correct. I believe that you will probably steal all of your market back from Ohio or from Michigan.
Yep.
It will take a little bit for the people to get familiar with, and also you're probably entry level prices are probably a little high, but even then Michigan's taxing you 20%, so fuck, stay home, Ohio. Damn.
Also legalize home grow for Ohioans 21 and older with a cap of 6 plants per person and 12 plants per resident.
What a fucking win. Ohio.
Good job.
Dude, I don't know much about Ohio. Should I move there? No? Okay.
You don't want to go Ohio.
Dude, they got a nice cannabis market.
I mean, so does New York.
Yeah. All right.
Hey, I'm not going to have any music, and I'm probably never going to make like an intro screen for this, but hey, know your cannabinoids with Dave. Do do do
Bump.
do do.
Bum, 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 bum.
I'm sure you can make a song if you really wanted to.
It's got to be this one. CBN after THC and CBD. To me, the most the one that we should all know about the most is CBN.
Yeah.
Do you want to read through this, or you
Yep.
want me to explain
No.
why?
I
don't
was
wanna-
just I was waiting to see if you were going to go off on a
Nope.
rant.
I will
was
let
just-
you do your thing.
Yeah, CBN is a mildly psychoactive cannabinoid. It acts as a low affinity partial agonist. That means that it detaches itself to, or it's a scientific term, of CB1 and CB2 receptors. Sorry, dude.
I fucking love you.
I
No,
ju-
it's you're dead on.
I'm ju-
The thing is, I don't. I prefer to try my hardest to take this speak, which
Mhm.
is it's technical scientific talk, and to break it into layman's
Right.
terms, where it's like, listen,
Right.
the moral of this story is, CBN binds to both your CB1
Right.
and CB2 receptors.
Which we've talked about in the past 2 episodes.
Correct. It is capable of. Here's what I think we all have to understand: THC massively binds to the CB1 receptors,
Right.
and CBD massively binds to the CB2 receptors. It
Right.
seems like in abundance, those two things are magnets for those, but there are 130 recognized cannabinoids.
Yeah.
They all are finding a place in those two fucking zones, right?
Right.
Those two zones are the regulatory bodies that interact with the other regulatory bodies.
Mhm.
They are the referees. They're the on-off switch for some of the things that are going on in those other regulatory bodies, being it your central nervous system and
Mhm.
being it your fucking immune system, right? So
if you've listened to Dave long enough, and if you're a grower, you'll understand that CBN is just the late end of the spectrum. Because when we talk about cannabis, we talk about curing, okay? Because if you're a grower, you know that if you don't kill to cure, you're not. You know what I mean? Everybody struggles with it. It's whatever. So CBN is what happens when flower is exposed to heat or just has been around and degrades at a time. This is like when you would harvest something that's just all red amber trichromes.
Yep.
That would likely be CBN, correct?
it's not that it I mean the molecule itself, you're trying to in your production of
Right.
cannabis right now. We are
I'm
all
just-
trying to capture it at the perfect moment
Sure.
when THCA is at its abundance.
I'm just
right?
saying, recognize as a grower where that is on the
it's-
scale compared to growing to
You've let it
chemically.
go too far,
Yeah,
probably.
yeah, for sure.
I
but-
would say you've probably everything is just towards the deterioration
Right.
part of
Sure.
right. You're not capturing it at its most lively and its most ready to bind, but also CBN is not a bad thing.
no.
Actually, growing for having a CBN content is very cool because
Yeah.
CBN is unbelievably needed, right?
Well, yeah.
So, I'm
just giving growers.
I think you nailed it.
for
I think
sure.
you nailed it. I because I don't know enough in
Correct.
the grow cycle to understand exactly what point those trichome colors have changed over
Right.
or whatever. But from what you're saying and what I know from the past, there's
Right.
like a very clear, and then it starts to get into a golden
Cloudy.
kind of.
Actually,
right, it's
if you look at
cloudy.
it, you want to get it at cloudy. You want to get it 15 to 30% cloudy
Right.
because it's going to degrade over time, even though it's curing.
And then it goes to what, like like a
Like an
yellow, and then
yellow
it
to an
starts to go
amber.
orange.
Yeah.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
right. It goes through a spectrum.
Right.
And again, that's what in prohibition
Mhm.
we learned the most about.
Sure.
When to capture this plant,
Yep.
when to pull it,
Yep.
life cycles of plants. All of you guys are playing with. When is that plant the best to cultivate? But for what?
Right.
Because if you pull it too early, what cannabinoids are abundant at that point?
Sure.
Which is probably your CBDs and shit, right?
Right.
What cannabinoids are most abundant at the end of its life? Probably your CBNs and
Correct.
shit. So it's just capturing it at that moment in time.
It's just at the end of the tails. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
But the reason why CBN has to be spoken about third is because cannabis is arguably, I would say, let's see, I would say general anxieties is probably number one, the number one use for what people use cannabis for. To feel comfortable, to feel good, regardless
Right.
of, you don't have to know why the fuck you do it, but it makes me feel good, which is general anxieties, is what I would call
Sure.
that. The number two use, probably, I would generally tell you, is for fucking sleep. Pain and sleep are the two that come neck and neck in that race. Sleep and CBN are their best buddies.
Yeah.
It is, it's the best at locking us and holding us in the sleep cycle. It's also the best at giving that full length 6 to 8 hour range of things.
Yeah.
We have to understand and respect too, all of us through our lives, we have different sleep cycles, right?
Right.
When you're a absolute baby, you sleep for like 16, 14, 12
Right.
hours a day, something like
For
that.
sure.
As you grow up a little bit, it decreases a little bit, but you hit this point in like puberties and all that where, again, why do high schoolers sleep all fucking day long? That is because of how the mechanism we are
Yeah.
is
How they're
functioning,
growing.
how we're working, and how we're doing things. As we grow older, weirdly enough, we need less.
Right.
We keep saying, "Oh, I want more sleep." We don't need it, you know. But
I think
to
there's
lo-
some studies show that you need at least 6 to 8 hours to cleanse the brain of salts for
Well,
dementia,
and that's
which I think
why
is super important.
that's why
Mhm.
exactly getting this thing as a thing
Right.
is drastic. I think that as you grow older, 5 to 7 is an
Sure.
actual window. I
Try
think
to
you
get as much
drop
sleep
an
as you
hour.
can is what
Bingo.
I'm saying.
I'm with you on that. The longer you can, the longer your body wants to. But having something that naturally, because it's circulating through your system and its half-life is playing at your body, it's literally playing with your chemical structure.
Mhm.
CBN is, it has to be spoken about. If you're having troubles sleeping and you're eating cannabis to begin with, you have THC content coming to
Mhm.
you. Maybe THC is better at getting you to sleep. THC is better at breaking us through REM, which is the rapid
Right.
eye movement, which is where we have the most brain activity. CBN is far better at grabbing us once we've gone through REM and holding us there.
Right.
And it's through the combination of both. Do we know how to turn it up? And maybe it's method of ingestion too, because if we inhale the stuff,
Right.
maybe it gets us to sleep quicker, right?
Sure.
But that's THC's job. And maybe even if you had something with CBN, maybe CBN pushes that process of getting you to sleep quicker. But once you've gone to sleep, if you're up every 3 or 4 hours, or every 2 hours, right? We're
Sure.
all tossing turning. That is not necessarily good sleep, like you're saying, to
Right.
actually decalcify the brain or go
Sure.
through the whatever.
Yeah.
We want to lock in there. We want to
Yeah.
hold that sleep and actually allow the brain to fucking go through the process. CBN's the best.
CBN's the best.
CBN's the go.
That's if you're eating edibles, which you probably are. Also, what sort of edibles are you eating? What's the sugar content of those? Anyway, you,
Yeah, those are, yeah, don't
you know
eat.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
And
We
that's
need
why
to
I
see
wish.
something better on the market. I wish we could do some sort of different delivery vehicle,
I
something
mean, I just got
fresher.
some. Well, in FICO, right? Like full extract
Right.
cannabis oil, right? Like something that is full
Yeah.
plant. I'm into that.
Yeah, for sure. Full spectrum too.
100%.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm saying. If you take the plant, even if you just take bud extract, right,
Right.
which is perfectly fine, you're allowed to do that.
Sure. Is it the
Trap
best?
the proper things that I'm looking for at that moment, right?
Right.
When I say full plant extract, I mean you can literally throw I don't give a flying fuck.
Right.
Take anything that's going to give us cannabinoids, terpenoids, or flavonoids, any single one of them. Strip that fucking plant of it because it's all useful. Then
Right.
once we're done with that, take the fibers of it, give it to the next guy, let him process it, make
Right.
some clothing, some paper, some
Mhm.
fucking it's crazy to me that we're not,
It's
better at this yet.
we need to be better at this. We owe it to the plant. We owe it to the plant. That's what's important.
We owe it to the planet.
Yeah, we owe it to the planet as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think realistically, a very sustainable resource. I think I saw something the other day. The amount of water that it takes to grow a hemp field versus what it takes to grow other fucking crops and shit. It was like a whole list of stuff, and I was like, shut the front fucking door. There was a couple of them that I was like, whoa.
Especially if you use like cover crops and stuff. It's very economic to grow hemp for AG,
Yeah,
for sure.
yeah. Corn only has one fucking ear on it. You know what I mean? It's
Hemp's
taking
got a lot.
That's a lot.
It's fucking harvest time right now.
Bro, Croptober.
Shout out to those.
It's here tomorrow.
Yeah, shout out to those early autoflowers.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Croptober. Oh.
So what we're saying is take all of the cannabinoids.
Well, the entourage effect is what everybody
Yeah,
calls
the
it,
entourage
but
effect.
it's knowing which ones at which time, because if you actually are going through that suffering, which different people are doing different things, right? We all have a different level of health that we are trying to achieve.
Right.
And for me,
Have an active process in what's going on in your life.
yeah.
And use cannabis this way.
Ask me if you want to know. I'll tell
For
you
sure.
directly. You tell me what
Yep.
your input is. Oh, this is what I have going on, and I will tell you what the output should be, what
Yep.
you should take, what you should do. I will tell you where to buy it from. I will tell you the best prices you're going to find. I'm not scared to do any of that shit for you because
That's what you do.
I would rather get you the right thing. I'd rather you spend your money in the right
Right.
fucking places. Too many people, and some people have asked recently, and I just haven't connected with them. And some people might be shy, and some people don't have the fucking excess funds to be doing this shit. What I'm telling you is that if you are suffering from a condition, if you're suffering from a symptom, it doesn't even have to be a symptom of a condition, just if you're suffering from symptoms.
What is your symptom?
This thing here, let me help you find your
Yeah.
alleviation from it, right? Headaches, nausea, sleep deprivation, anxiety, depression, pain, inflammation, spasticity, neuropathy. Literally, those are all symptoms. And pain is a clump category for what the fuck is actually going on here, and we as smart human intelligence, we can get through it.
Yeah.
We don't need a listen, talk to your fucking doctors. That's what you're supposed to do.
Yep.
But we have access to information now. We're all very intelligent creatures, you know. Let me help you find it. Let you help you find it. Let me help you find it. Anyway, love you, and take some CBN.
Yeah,
It'll help you sleep.
Yeah. Get a good night's sleep and make good decisions in your life.
The only thing I will add to CBN is maybe you need to take more than what you have access to. I'm sorry that that's a truth.
We've talked
unbe-
about truth and packaging and actual like the amount you need to take.
well,
for sure.
even then, because people know that THC is the seller now, would you ever let your THC degrade to CBN so
Well,
that there is an abundance
we're
of
doing
it?
some macro dose stuff now, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, I mean, hopefully that's coming.
Yeah, but for each individual cannabinoid, we're starting to see things increase, right?
Mhm.
There is a 5-to-1 that I really like, 500 milligrams of CBN, 100 milligrams of THC that exists. And you're getting there, right? But for some people, you might need 5,
Yeah.
right? You might
I know
need,
some people like that.
you know, you might need 10. And I'm not saying 5 or 10 milligrams. I'm talking about 5 or 10
Mm,
doses and not 500 milligrams per dose.
maybe,
It will, and even then, th- like, well,
depending.
okay, vitamin C is quickly degraded by many different parts of our system, right? Especially our stomach acid. Our stomach acid eats vitamin C, just it fizzles it up. It never makes it into our fucking system.
Right.
So if you go look at the dose of your vitamin C vitamins, it says 5,000, 10,000% of your daily allotment. Well, what the fuck does that mean? Are we supposed to take that much? But your body isn't even absorbing it. By the
Yeah,
time
you
that you
pee it
fucking
out.
take it in, right, exactly. It literally is processed through your kidneys. You just flush it the fuck out. Are we doing that with cannabinoids? And some people believe that there might be some of that happening if we're not able to capture it. And that's why I've said method of ingestion a million fucking times, and
Mhm.
you'll hear me say it a million fucking
That's the
more.
point.
Because if we're not actually getting it to fucking ingest into our system, oh, we've eaten it. It says on the package there's that much there, and it says on the package whatever. Is it actually going through our fucking full digestion system? Is our stomach acid eating it? Does the walls of our fucking intestines, are they absorbative enough to take that thing in, or have we got a shit
Are
gut
we are
biome?
we stressing our kidneys out so much by drinking so much that we can't actually
Bro,
process things
listen,
correctly?
that's a
It's a
real
real
thing
thing that
too.
I've heard.
I mean, bro, you literally
That's
are
somebody's
just
lived experience.
flushing every bit of it
Yep.
as fast as it can even your bloodstream is permanently filtered by alcohol,
Mhm.
and it's, I mean, think about it. Alcohol literally, it will clean this shit.
Yep.
It will strip every bit of bong resin that we've got in there right out of it.
Mhm.
And for all of us, we're going, oh, okay, in our system, you know,
Yeah. No
guys, I
thanks.
just love you all, and I think that all of us deserve an opportunity at a happy, healthy life. And I think that with cannabis, we at least have a fucking Swiss Army knife in our pocket, right?
Yep.
Maybe not in your direct pocket, but a Swiss Army knife in your bag so that you constantly are able to alleviate the symptoms of life,
Mhm.
regardless of why the fuck you feel them. You don't have to justify them to me any more than you have to justify them to your fucking self. You in pain, you deserve the shit.
Yep.
You got a headache, you fucking deserve the shit.
Yep.
You misuse it, that's on you. Right? Like there's this weird thing that there's
That's
this
your personal
relationship
choice.
between this thing.
Right.
Take ownership of it and go, you know what? I want to do something, or I think that I should do something. And cannabis is the best.
But
And
it also starts with thinking about change and about what we put out there and get people thinking about and get people actually doing with themselves.
I,
It's about impacting the community. It's about impacting cannabis.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Make 100%. I beg everybody,
We just
come
want it better. We want it better for everybody, every person out there, every style out there, all of it.
I,
It just needs to get better.
come hang out with me on a Thursday night. I
Oh
promise you, I
yeah.
promote the idea that you should be speaking to
You
yourself in
can
positive ways. You should self affirmations. Guys, we all have this shit.
yeah,
No matter what it is, we got it, right?
peacekeepers.
I genuinely hope that you don't feel behind the 8 ball of anything, but especially not your fucking health.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing for me where I'm going, wait a minute. I'm watching people left and right go, oh, I feel better. Hey, I don't need the fucking cane anymore. Hey, I don't need all the multitude of pills anymore. Hey, I'm not a crazy loon anymore. Hey, I don't feel like a fucking zombie every day. Hey,
Right.
I'm not pissing fucking blood. I'm able to use the bathroom regularly without fucking hurting myself. The amount of shit that we put ourselves through to pretend to be fucking healthy through some Western treatments. And I'm not saying that all of it's bad, but some of the people who are suffering through it, I'm going, man,
Right.
there's a far fucking easier alternative to this shit.
Yeah.
I desperately want to get in the face of the fucking every doctor out there. Every doctor should be listening to this fucking podcast coming in on Thursday nights. We should be talking, man.
Invoke it into your life. There's ways that it can impact you. There's ways that it should impact you. You know what I'm saying?
You know, outside of life itself,
Mhm.
and I take that with everything, everybody, you and me,
Yeah.
and everybody that's around, even the animals and shit that we connect with, life itself. The most beautiful thing that we've all received is this fucking plant.
Right. It
Now,
is one of the most important things in the world.
don't get me wrong, nutrients and shit
Sure.
to keep our lives going is fucking whatever. That's probably more important in plenty of aspects. But this fucking plant is gotta be the coolest fucking thing. And to me, um, it's the most important shit. And I'm blessed to have it. You know, I'm happy that I get to sit here.
Hell
I'm
yeah.
glad that you fucking
Every Monday.
yeah, I'm
It's 'cause
glad
we
that you
care.
care enough about it too to allow me to sit here and rant. But then also
It's one of my
to
favorite things.
yeah, thank you.
Yeah, for real.
You know, your perspective at cannabis is beautiful also. You have a personal one, but the growing thing, I don't
Mhm.
know enough about it, and I hope that I don't ever overtalk you or whatever. But
No,
like I
no,
said, I
no.
appreciate you allowing me to
Oh
fucking
yeah, 100%.
spew how much I care about this plant on a different level because I care about all of y'all on a different level too.
Right.
I want all of us to succeed. I want all of us to fucking make it. Personally, financially,
Yeah.
physically, emotionally, intelligent, whatever the fuck it is that you want to achieve from life. What a beautiful tool we have inside that fucking plant there. But
And we're doing it.
it does start with community though. And it does start because like I said,
There
I don't
has
grow
to-
the fucking thing. So
There has
without
to be
you, I'm
community.
fucked.
Yeah, there has to be community. There has to be like something for it. You
I
know what
need you to grow it for me so that I can fucking consume it, but also so that I can represent it outwardly.
Right.
And that's why every single one of us has an aspect in this.
Mhm.
Every single one of us has the ability to succeed and
Yep.
excel. And it's purely because of archaic ways of communication. Purely. We are unable to communicate at the rate that I think we all can intake information.
But that's why community is important. Come out, find your community.
Speak,
have
talk,
the communication, be genuine, be consistent.
ask
People-
fucking questions.
People are attracted to people who are genuine. That's the most important thing.
Yeah,
Because the plant makes you genuine. So if you're a genuine person, it shines through. Light shines on the darkness, shows all, right?
when in new environments, no
Yep.
matter where you're at, even me personally, no matter where I'm at, I
Sure.
try my fucking hardest. Maybe outside of here,
Yeah.
outside of when I have to hold the stage and when I work
Yeah.
and whatever, I try my actual best to use the 2 ears, 1 mouth method.
Yeah.
We were given 2 ears and 1 mouth. Take in twice as much as you give out.
Mm-hmm.
Listen for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Because is the person across from you asking for what you're saying? Also, ask the proper questions immediately and then sit back and listen for the answers. I promise you, at some
I
of
think
these
he's telling me
events-
to shut up.
No. I'm telling you to talk more, and I'm telling
No,
you
no, no.
when you're at these when you're in these events,
Yeah.
when you're out there representing in the face of the people, the communication and the ability to have quality
Yeah.
communication
For sure.
is at an all-time high. We
Yeah.
need to be having the proper levels of conversation back and forth
Yeah.
so that things don't slip through the cracks, right?
Right.
So that when you're going to speak to your governors or your people who are intimidated or scared by cannabis, you don't go out there and go, "Oh, I love weed, marijuana. Let's get fucked up and high. It's good for pain.
Right.
Don't you fucking know? Duh."
No.
You
No,
know, that's a bad way to approach it. But
even if you're a broker or if you're just, you should understand the plan, and that's our purpose, is for people to understand the plan.
yeah,
And that's it.
know that there is somebody who's genuinely impacted by this somewhere.
Yeah. And it's
And
probably you. And if you're listening, then
d- d-
shout out to you.
yeah, hell yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for
Hell yeah,
listening.
thank you. I love this fucking community. I like everybody. You guys don't know.
This is Thursday nights, Rants with Dave's. I think this switched over from Know Your Cannabinoids with Dave's to Rants with Dave's.
It could
But that's
be.
fine.
Yeah.
We got cooked before this.
Oh, and it was delicious, whatever it was. And it probably had some of them sativa properties to it. You
Maybe.
know why? I can tell because I have not been able to shut the fuck up.
I know, right? It's great stuff.
I'm very happy with it.
Yeah, shout out to Illinois Collective Sour Encounters I had. It was dope. It's still dope.
Cannabis done well is cannabis done well. There's a lot more people doing it now.
Do what it deserves. Because we
yeah.
don't deserve it, and
finally we've got the ability, and hopefully, again, social equity people and everybody with the licenses, God damn it, I hope you succeed, because the industry needs more success. It needs more people to not just be fucking Walmart, and to be the I don't know, come out and be fucking
just be real.
Yeah. I don't know how to equate it.
Be real. And protect your neck. We love you all. Smoke weed every day.
Hey, thanks for listening this week. And I love you.
Oh yeah, what are we doing next week? What cannabinoid?
Let's try THCV. Let's go back to another TH.
THCV? All right, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
Oh, what a cool one.
All right, we love you all. Smoke weed every day. Peace.
Bye, friends.
Yo, ding dong, we're done here. Time to go.